Okay, now I've got something to be upset about. So apparently there's a film festival out there in the world called the Cannes World Film Festival. And this is not the actual Festival des Cannes, or as Americans would say, Cannes Film Festival. And apparently this Cannes World Film Festival, that's only been around for 3 years, and you know, to give them credit, their website is nice. It more or less looks like a monthly award-driven festival. I say monthly. That's to distinguish that they are a monthly film festival, not the annual once-a-year film festival like Festival des Cannes. And just to clarify, I have no horse in this race in particular, except for the truth and integrity. And as someone that enters a lot of film festivals, as someone that's won 56 awards and counting in film festivals of all types of sizes, medium, small, a couple of big ones, but not a whole lot of big ones. And I run a film festival, which I would describe as a small to medium-sized film festival, Avalon Festival, which is headed to its 8th year. I have some knowledge on this subject, and it upsets me when people are ignorant, meaning they don't have the right information, and then they proceed to mislead others. And basically how this has come to my attention is that a friend of mine, a person who I've worked with and actually directed, and they've won awards for acting in performances that I wrote and directed and produced, basically posting, we're going to Cannes Film Festival. Not for the project that we worked on together, but for a separate project. And posting the screenshot from Cannes World Film Festival acceptance from Film Freeway. Well, with just a few clicks of the button on my phone, I can discover pretty easily that Cannes World Film Festival is not the fucking same as Festival de Cannes. It's a world difference. And looking on YouTube, there's one lady who won a nice award from Cannes World Film Festival, and she's unwrapping her trophy, and the trophy's actually really nice. But she, in her acceptance video of this award, is also misstating a couple of times, using the term Cannes Film Festival instead of Cannes World Film Festival. Now, some of you might be saying, well, what's the difference? It's kind of like in the movie Coming to America, when the guy runs the fast food restaurant called McDowell's instead of McDonald's or whatever it is. It's like if I went out and said, hey, I'm going to sponsor a football game called the Super Bowl, and spell bowl B-O-U-L, and claim that that's the Super Bowl. And maybe a percentage of people will be stupid enough to think that's the actual Super Bowl. Stolen valor is a term maybe you've heard of. If you're familiar with the pro wrestler Sergeant Slaughter, yes, he plays a wrestler who's a war hero, or a war veteran at least. But the actual army has sent representatives after him for decades for what they call stolen valor, which is claiming to be something you're not. Now, the little asterisk, or the way that this Cannes World Film Festival gets away with what they're doing is, Cannes is a city in France, so nobody can trademark the name Cannes. And if they are headquartered out of Cannes, then sure, they have the right to use the name. But the reality is, I'm sure they full well know that they are misleading the general public, and that people that get accepted into their festival in turn continue to mislead the general public. And, you know, a lot of the masses on Facebook are not going to care about this type of thing because they don't have, to be quite honest, personal involvement or personal integrity or ethics enough to care about truth. But I do. So, yeah. So I did, before I made this video, I corresponded with my actress friend to let her know, hey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think your Cannes World Film Festival is the same as you're representing, because she was basically misrepresenting, either through her own ignorance or her own confusion or not caring. I clarified it to her. I provided an article from something called The Vibes, which has a really great, succinct article, probably saying all this stuff better than I'm saying it. How can you spot a phony film festival? But this actress did not seem to care. She just kind of blew it off like, oh, I'll let the producers deal with that. Well, you're kind of misrepresenting the project yourself, and you're misrepresenting what the project is doing by making this social media post, and she's using the words Cannes Film Festival. She didn't put the word world into her post to distinguish that this is the Cannes World Film Festival. See, once again, I can tell that people listening to this, or maybe not, I don't know, having a hard time distinguishing. And look, I get no payback from Cannes Film Festival. In fact, you know, at this stage of my career, my projects would be more likely to be accepted by Cannes World Film Festival than the real Festival de Cannes. So I get that. I'm not claiming to be a Hollywood power player, although I've had some good credits. You can look up Mike Messier on MikeMessier.com and IMDb and all that good stuff. But the reality is, I'm just a guy that gets pissed off when people mislead the public. The film industry with Weinstein and all that stuff over the last 10 or so years, Bill Cosby, there's enough stuff about the personal integrity or lack thereof that the general public sees in Hollywood. So as someone who runs an independent film festival that I fucking bust my ass on every year, Avalonia Festival, which has no ties to any other goddamn festival, I get a little upset when people are taking money off the hard work of somebody else, even if that's not me. So maybe it's just my higher moral standard over other people involved in the entertainment world, but I'm just not going to sit here and tolerate it because it upsets me. It upsets me that people are so willing to use wordplay and confusion on people to make money, and that the actors apparently involved in these things, some of them are willing to play along and mislead their Facebook followers or Instagram followers or whatever. But other people like myself see through beyond it, see through the lies, and expose the truth. And that's why we're here on this video. So for many of you who, if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, this is not my typical pro wrestling rant. This is not Mike's instant movie review. This is not a life rant. This is a film festival rant, which you're probably not used to seeing from me. But this hits the core, okay? One of the cores of my existence is running Avalonia Film Festival, avaloniafestival.com. You say, how do you spell that? A-V-A-L-O-N-I-A festival.com. I claim nothing to be connected with any other festival. We've done 7 festivals. We did 2 in the year 2018, and every other year since 2017 has been an annual festival. And through trial and error, I discovered that an annual festival works best for me. I enter a lot of other film festivals on Film Freeway. I can name names of good ones and bad ones, but just to keep this video succinct, there are so many film festivals out there. You or I cannot rely on Film Freeway to patrol or police these festivals as far as their legitimacy. To be honest, I once called Film Freeway with my suspicions on a festival in Florida that seemed to be highly disputed if it was legitimate, because they had a bunch of spelling errors on their website that kind of tipped me off it wasn't legitimate. I don't think Film Freeway did anything regarding my inquiry. So I like Film Freeway. I get paid by Film Freeway for the entry fees for Avalonia Festival. That's how the festival survives, is through Film Freeway. But yes, they could do a lot better. Film Freeway could do a lot better with patrolling the types of festivals that they allow on there, and to not allow this type of confusion with wordplay and gamesmanship to occur. If you look at that Vibes article, the vibes.com, how to spot a phony film festival, apparently they reached out to the people at Cannes World Film Festival for comment and got no response. I have not reached out to them. Like I said, I have no real dog in this fight except integrity and honesty and keeping the reputation of real film festivals, real directors, real writers, real actors on the level, and not misguiding the general public. So this video has been sponsored by me, MikeMessier.com. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, queries, leave them below. Have a good day.